So, the enlightenment journey is about questioning oneself until all the answers are dissolved. All answers must be dissolved. All the questions must be dissolved, including the questioner must be dissolved. The questioner also got to dissolve because the questioner is the ego self. The reason to question is because there's a struggle, there's a pain in life. When the questioner is questioning, the questioner is the ego self. The questioner is the ego self because the questioner is identified with the belief and living the life with the belief. When someone is living life with certain belief, the truth is discarded. Truth is forgotten. When the truth is forgotten, struggle is inevitable, bound to happen. And the struggle is already there in everyone's life. So, there is a certain belief in life. Running the life with certain belief is the ego self. Now the ego self is put out in this life. The ego self is struggling, and because of the recognition of the struggle, the ego self don't want to struggle anymore. That's why the ego self is seeking for freedom. Now the ego self is in line with the spirituality, hoping to be free. And ego self puts itself in the spiritual journey and work on being free. But the ego self will never walk all the way until the dissolution of the ego. The ego self only work to figure out the root cause of the suffering, but never work to uproot the root. Why? Because uprooting the root is the death of the ego. So the ego will only work towards seeing the root cause of the suffering, and that's where the ego will identify with the positive approach. And live life with positivity. In the relative sense, yes, positivity is needed. The positivity, however, doesn't dissolve the inner conflict and fear.